Hi everyone, Woohoo here once again with yet another WorldCoin video. This time, the last part of a trade I did with Emanuel's Workbench. I've got some Canadian coins to take out of the packaging that you see right here. These were in the cards that he enclosed. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take these out, and I'll be right back when I have all the coins out in a format we can easily digest. Okay, I'm switching to a handheld view so you can kind of see what I did with what Emanuel sent me. We'll get to these quarters in a second, but I want to start up here. Those up there are the 2017 Canada 150 set. You might remember in a previous video, Emanuel had sent me the colorized version of the nickel, and I believe the quarter and the dollar, well, the non-colorized dollar, if I remember correctly. But this is the rest of the set, essentially. We have the $2 coin, the Dance of the Spirits. This is the non-colorized version. There is another version, which I already have, that has a enameled color over the inner ring, and that one is known to be glow-in-the-dark, probably one of the more famous examples. We have the dime, 1867 to 2017, and the nickel, also 1867 to 2017. So that is really neat. And then let me zoom back out so I can show you what I did with these quarters. Now, in 1992, Canada released essentially their version of state quarters, except, well, they're provincial quarters, as you can see right here. I've arranged these geographically. These are roughly where the provinces relate to each other on a map. We have Yukon, the Northwest Territories. Nunavut would be up there, but I'll get to that in a second. British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, Newfoundland and Labrador, technically. We have New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and Nova Scotia. So that is essentially the full set. Now, I said I'd get back to Nunavut in a little bit. Well, they did not have a quarter produced. They had a toonie produced. And even though I already had one, a friend of mine who I was visiting this past weekend, for reasons I'll get into in a second, gave me a Nunavut toonie. So that would go right there to fill out our map. There we go. That is a really neat set. So thank you to Emanuel for supplying all the quarters and the rest of the 2017 set up there. I'm going to put the camera down and come back and show you what else I got from a recent visit. Okay, I'm back, and the camera is back in its ready position, and if some of you have noticed that something is a little bit off with my voice, there is a very good reason for that. Recently, I spent some time up in Toronto visiting a friend of mine, where I went to a taping of the new Canadian version of The Price is Right. The Price is Right Tonight, hosted by Howie Mandel. That's going to be airing sometime in the spring, from what I told. I had a wonderful time, but as you can maybe tell from my voice, I'm still recovering a little bit from the trip. But my friend, who also brought me into the show, also set aside some Canadian coins that he thought I would be interested in. This right here, for example, an Olympic commemorative quarter, 25 cents from 2009, commemorating women's hockey from 2002, which was pretty neat, I thought. But that's not all. He also set aside this loonie, this colorized loonie, Klondike, 1896 to 2021. So 125 years since the Yukon gold rush. We can see a prospector panning for gold right there. That's really neat as well. And these were coins that he had encountered in his change, from what I remember him saying. And he was also wondering, hey, why does this toonie have a black ring on the outside? Well, 2022, as you all probably know, is the same year that Queen Elizabeth II passed away. So this was a black ringed toonie as a solemn tribute to the late Queen Elizabeth II. I'd heard about these, and I thought it was interesting that they made the metal a little bit different. In fact, you can kind of tell from the Nunavut toonie that the outer ring is made of slightly different material. So I thought that was rather neat, and I'm glad I have one now in my collection. Then, so those are the coins that he gave me, and then I encountered one in my change while I was up there. Canada $2 with the phases of the moon right there, and a colorized design commemorating the Indigenous peoples of Canada. Minted in 2023, but in tribute to Queen Elizabeth II, who I mentioned, reigned from 52 to 22, right there. It's funny, initially I was going to use this in a pressed coin machine, but then I saw the color on this one. I'm like, nope, I'm keeping this one. Well, there we have it. That is all she wrote for this latest World Coin video. I want to thank Emanuel's Workbench once again for the trade to help round out my Canadian coin collection. I want to thank my friend who got me into Canadian Price is Right. You know who you are. And I'll see you right here next time when I've got some more world coins to show you. I'll see you soon.